I suppose because I've been working so hard
Yeah.
for a whole year non-stop, the body sort of, I enjoy what I'm doing. Don't get me wrong. I love what I'm doing. And I wake up at any time of the night to do an interview. So the work is not what gets me. What it was the emotional side of where it was the anniversary of the loss of my son.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I went
Oh.
up to the cemetery to pay my respects. And also just to pay the annual fees and all the rest of the stuff. And the grave itself had collapsed, where the coffin lid had obviously collapsed after 12 years.
Oh no.
Then sort of when that sunk in, that you have to do something about it. So I had to contact the people at the cemetery and find out who I've got to get to sort it all out. And then because the marble had all broken, I said, right,
oh wow,
need to rebuild it. So then we had to go to Malaga to go and find the right marble. And at the end, once it was all done, my body just shut down.
Yeah, of course.
It was not just the hard work I'd put in, it was the emotion. It felt like my batteries were completely empty.
Yeah, of course.
And these things happen in life, and I'm more blessed than a lot of people out there that suffer even more so. But it's a little wake-up call that there are many people out there that are suffering, that are running on empty right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's important that we know how to pick ourselves back up and how we need to, re-energize ourselves in the right way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it.
Exactly.
Good food, good exercise, but there's other ways as well that are not so invasive, like the pharmaceutical industry would like to force on you, and what we all basically are used to. So with energy work, it's like it's a blessing that it not only works in person, but at a distance as well. So that's pretty cool. So
it is, and it's something I've learned on this whole journey. I've met so many people. I've interviewed over 1,500 different people.
Yeah,
and it's been absolutely fascinating. For me, especially the spiritual side.
Yeah.
Because it's an area that I knew the religious side because of my upbringing, but the spiritual side is something completely different.
Absolutely.
And I think very, very often they get pushed in together falsely and I think the realization of that becomes a lot clearer when you realize that I'm married to a Muslim and today is the first day of Ramadan.
So, oh, really?
Yeah.
So your fasting starts as well?
No, my wife won't allow me to do it because I turn into a grumpy little monkey if I'm fasting. Yeah. I've tried it. I did it a few years ago, and I lasted, I think, for about 14, 15 days.
Wow.
And then I've done it. 10 days.
Yeah.
And the last time, after 4 days, I was already super, super busy.
Yeah.
And there's certain times if you're not doing too much, then it's fine. But I was trying to run my business flat out and fasting, and that doesn't work.
No, it's pretty impossible. So respect for all the people that are able to pull it through. It's incredible.
Totally.
And it's super healthy. I mean, I just realized I was doing some work with a client of mine, and he's making a document helping people out with fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did some research on the word breakfast. It's break fast.
That's right.
And even in Spanish, it means the same.
Yeah.
So this is super ancient technology, basically.
Yeah.
For us to reincorporate in our system.
Yeah.
And that's why intermittent fasting is so popular at the moment, because it's actually more like a built-in thing. We just lost. And the body can regenerate itself perfectly if we don't put any bullshit in there. It's like, so I strongly suggest people do it, maybe even for one day to see the effect. And then be aware, if you put something in your body, what the effect basically is. I stopped drinking coffee because at a certain point, someone told me what caffeine really was, for example. It's a poison. It's a poison for the plant to get rid of the surrounding herbs. So then you realize I put poison in my body, and so the response of my body is not, hey, I'm energized. No, the response is what do you call this? Flight and fright mode. Basically, your body goes into panic. It wants to get the toxins out. That's why you have to go to the toilet. You start to feel energized, but actually it's very, you start to be anxious. It's like jittery. Yeah. So when I stopped drinking coffee and I had a coffee by accident, I was like on fire for 6 hours, literally. It was like this. So you see what the effect of stuff that you put in your body is incredible. Eh? It's like you become what you eat. It's not like just a joke.
I need to cut back on my coffee because I drink lots of black coffee. I have like triple espressos.
Yeah. Well, in my days, I smoked like 3 packets of cigarettes and drank 3 liters of coffee, and I thought I was doing fine.
Yeah.
And now I see the pictures of me, like it is. I was like, I wasn't alive, basically.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And so that's a good start. Just being aware of what you put in your body.
Yeah.
And then make sure you exercise. That's like in my case, I'm sitting a lot as well. We need to exercise, you know, go out and make sure that metabolism is still going strong.
Yeah, I enjoy my morning walks of 10 kilometers. And
10 kilometers, wow.
Yeah, it's sort of it's 1 kilometer downhill from the house down to the beach, and then around 3 to 4 kilometers along the beach, and then 2 kilometers climb up, around 700-meter climb in height, but over 2 kilometers, and then the remainder on the way back home. And that is absolutely beautiful on a sunny morning. This morning it's a bit overcast, a bit rainy, but
yeah, I try to do this as well, and it's a totally different start of your day if you get your system going. And to even try to do this in a like mindful way, you know, just enjoy the beauty. I mean, I live in Ibiza on a mountain, so it's incredible, the surroundings here as well. So
I got stopped the other day when I was out for my walk and by a man wearing a mask. Oh, wow. And he said, you need to wear a mask. And I said, why would I need to wear a mask? Yeah. He said, well, do you not listen to what the government tell you? And I went, no, I don't.
Wow.
And he said, you need to listen to what the government tells you. No, they know what they're talking about. I said, they don't. They're lying to you. He said, no, they're not. They're telling us the truth. I said, I'm afraid you're wrong on that. And he said, what do you mean? I said, the government is lying to you. If you had 1 ounce of common sense, 1 ounce, you'd know that. But you obviously have 0 common sense, because on a beautiful sunny day, you wearing a mask when you're totally healthy means that you have 0 common sense.
Incredible. Eh?
He said, you need to learn to do as you're told by the government. And I went, I'm sorry, when the government lie to you, this is the time that I start to ask them questions when you're not prepared to. And he was like muttering away at me and moaning at me. And I was like, wow, it's amazing how ignorant some people really are.
Yeah. Well, you cannot blame them. I mean, they're programmed from the day they were born. So so I have the feeling we're in this end game right now, and totally so much respect for people like you who endlessly try to get these people to wake up. Yeah. I tried this as well. At a certain point, I was trying to preach and help, but that was not my journey. So my journey is just to bring the light as much as possible, doing this healing work, and that helps as well, because basically when you do a healing session, you go in a mindless state. You know, you cannot think anymore. You cannot connect to your the stories you've been told. Mm-hmm. So that's beautiful. So it just works in different layers of your being, and that's the beauty of this. So so everybody needs to do their part, right? If I just leave my mountain and go into the city and see all these people and especially kids with masks, for me it's like it's not even a B movie, it's a C movie, and it's like how did it come so far? But
we learn nothing, you know, from history. You know, what happened at
No.
Auschwitz and the Jews getting onto the trains. This is
Yeah.
why the Nuremberg Treaty, the Nuremberg Code, this is why it was put in place. So this would never happen again.
No.
And it's happening again in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
And they're just railroading it through, like ignoring the code that's been put in place.
Yeah.
You can't override it. You can't put in a new law to run over the top of it.
Right.
That's illegal. The code was put in there to protect everybody. The Nuremberg Treaty, the Nuremberg Code was put there to protect people. And the police and the government are ignoring it. And the very simple fact is the government and the police are committing crimes against humanity. The good thing with that is it carries the death penalty. So these dirty little bastards will be held accountable in The Hague.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that day where these people who sit behind desks and go, oh, you do this, you do this. We're now getting thousands of phone calls from police and military saying, we don't want to be a part of this, but we're told we don't pay you to think. And the police officers that are standing up are being removed from their jobs.
I know. Yeah, I heard about this.
And it's very, very sad. But the good thing is that the people that are removing them from their jobs, when they face the death penalty for crimes against humanity, they will wake up to the fact that they've been part of an evil plan. Some knowingly, some unknowingly. The unknowingly ones, your own silly fault. If I'm stood in a court of law and try and hide behind the fact I didn't know, you just point the finger and say, ignorance is no defense. No. I'm doing the same to you right now. Ignorance is no defense.
No. Yeah, it's going to be tough times. Let's hope
it is.
The first domino will fall soon, the big one, to
yes,
go into mass awakening.
Yes,
you know that because I'm not sure if what people need right now to get there. You know, it's like I think we need a very big thing happening now. Not even the vaccines are helping for people to figure this out. It's incredible.
Yeah, I've always looked
die in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah. As to what's it going to take, and I wonder if the Three Gorges Dam in China to break might do something.
Wow.
Maybe if they made it public that the Queen was dead, that might work.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton being dead might work.
Yeah.
It's all a question as to what the emergency broadcast is. The easy one for people like you and me.
Yeah.
That would make our life easy, but they haven't made our life easy so far. So I can't imagine they'll change it just yet.
I think for the people that are in the truther community, it's like we need. This is a big test in trust. You know, it's like
it is. It is.
It's incredible, and this is so hard. This is the hard part. I did the healing session with a lady that we had talked like this before the session started, and then she realized after the session she was in tears because she realized that there was this huge guilt stuck in her neck that was released during the session because she was dealing with the fact that she knew the truth, and this was so beautiful. So I think a lot of people are actually walking around with this on top of all the stress they have to take in from being the black sheep in the family, and it's really big time. But this was an eye opener for me. There are people walking around with the guilt feeling because they know what's happening, you know, and but if people don't listen, you know, you have to please, but you cannot do anything. But it was quite a big revelation for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that way I came up with the idea to instead of do some mass vaccination, do some mass healing, just by offering like a session like this online, mm-hmm. for people to be able to connect with it and let go of a lot of stress, anxiety, or pain, or the stuff they're dealing with, mm-hmm. without having to do anything. You know, you just have to just sit down, relax, and receive, mm-hmm. and then see what happens.
Sure.
So.
No, exactly right. This is the beauty of what we're going through now. We're experiencing things that we haven't even thought of before. very often we've got things buried deep inside that are causing us stress and pain in our lives.
Yeah.
And they need to be addressed. I know that I've had to do that in my life.
Yeah.
It's not easy because you bury them for a reason.
True.
And so when you start to unbury them, dig them all up, it's not comfortable by any sense, but it's.
I was actually I'm redoing my website, and I was actually thinking about putting healing is not nice, you know.
No.
But basically what happens is everything you tucked away in your deep down cellar somewhere, you know, what happens during the session is light is pushed in there, you know, so literally stuff comes to light, and then it's up to you to allow the healing to take place. You know, it's all up to you. You created it yourself, and you can recreate it just by allowing it to happen, you know. There's nobody out there able to help you, you know, with this healing work. I'm not calling myself a healer because I'm not the healer, you know. I'm just facilitating a space in which people can allow self-healing, because all healing is self-healing in the end. You know? And that's that's empowering if people start to realize this, you know. It's all about
and I'll
you.
put the link down to your website below there so that people can connect to you, because this is, you know, it is the Great Awakening, but it's a time to heal from what's happened in the past. And it reminds me of when Justin fell over and cut his eyebrow, and it opened right up and was bleeding, and I literally just got a piece of sellotape and sellotaped it up together and took him up to the hospital to have it checked. Well, the first thing they did was take the sellotape off, open it up, and clean it. And it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's painful. So we're going through the same personally now, of opening things up and cleaning them out, so that we can make a fresh start in this new transition that we're moving into. It's very important that we don't take the rubbish with us.
No, exactly. Yeah, well, so that's why I suggested, if you're still open for it, to do a session right now.
Let's do it.
Let's just send the high vibes out there and see what happens, you know. So for all people that are new to energy work, the only thing you need to wrap your head around is that everything's energy. That's a big one. But once you realize this, then your mind can maybe allow something like energy healing and even energy distant healing, you know, because we're all just energy vibrating at different frequencies. And one frequency you call a chair, and another frequency you call Charlie. That's basically it, you know. And we have low frequencies we call disease, and the high frequencies we call health. Yeah. So whenever you bathe yourself in these high frequencies, the low frequencies by law of nature need to rise up and transform. That's why healing can be instant, you know. So and if this is all going over your head, that's fine. But for the next, I think it will be like 30 minutes, I would just invite you to just don't expect anything and just receive whatever is coming your way. And there's a gift waiting for you to receive. And so you can set an intention. For example, if you have pain in your back, you would like to get rid of the pain. Of course, this makes a lot of sense. But then I would suggest just to let go of all expectations. Because in the end, the higher intelligence that is doing the work here knows much better what you need than you. And there might be an even bigger gift waiting for you. So, well, that's it. And, well, you can just sit down. Make sure you're comfortable. That's important. And you're not disturbed during this session. So you can sit up straight with your back straight. For most people, that's the most powerful way to receive the energy. Or you can lay down. But the point is that you might go into like a trance-like state and you doze off and then even fall asleep, which is perfect as well. So, Well, that's it. You can put on some music if you like. I use a beautiful mantra, but you can use some soothing music. Everything to make yourself comfortable. And you just have to set the intention to receive, and that's it. It's easy. So I might make some sounds. I might start yawning or coughing or stuff. So if you want, you can look at me doing these funny movements with my hands. Some people like it, but some people it's distracting. Otherwise, I suggest you just close your eyes and that's it. Okay? Okay, then I suggest you take a few deep breaths. And I will start and just enjoy the ride. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Just take a few deep breaths and slowly come back into your body. Okay. Well,
Well, thank you for that.
my pleasure. Let's see what it brings.
Yeah.
People can have all kinds of experiences. Just to give, usually I get feedback from people, you know, like what happens and stuff like this. So I can explain a bit, but that's different now. But you can experience loads of things, and
Sure.
even nothing. I mean, which doesn't mean that nothing happened, but
Sure.
you can be like feel very relaxed, very tired. Stuff comes up, emotions come up, thoughts, memories. You can get insights, all of the above. You know, this works on all the levels, like mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So whatever was waiting for you will be downloaded. It could have happened during the session or in the days to come, because it will work on you for at least a couple of days. Yeah. So I suggest everyone to drink loads of water.
Yep.
Preferably with lemon, because there could be some detox happening to prevent yourself from getting headaches or fatigues. Mm-hmm. That would be a good idea. And just be aware of what's unfolding. So, as I said, something, even pain can go during a session or come up during a session, which is something old that needs to transform, and or during the next couple of days, sometimes even weeks later, this could still have an effect. So,
and I'll put all your links down below here as well.
Thank you very
much.
And thank you.
Good to catch up with you again.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Cheers.
Okay, ciao.